Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Shield Heroes Season 3, Episode 7, in which, I don't know, something's gonna happen. Perhaps we're gonna set off to seek Itsuki. He's the only one left that we need to find, after all. Right, in the previous episode, was pretty much entirely about Ren. We got some backstory for him. Both backstory in his original world, Japan, one of the Japanes at least, as well as backstory on how he was faring after being completely destroyed by the Spirit Tortoise. We know now in full that he really blames himself, or rather, I guess it's both. He both blames himself for the deaths of his companions, and at the same time does not want to admit to that blame, does not want to admit to this guilt. So there's that fight inside of him, right? In every single way, he wants to deny the fact that his recklessness and his over reliance on the belief that this world is a game is what got his companions killed. He eventually turned to banditry. He became a bandit, not a leader. He didn't have a team, a band of bandits. He was just alone. But he was a bandit, a powerful bandit in the area, and he acquired a curse of greed, because he wants power, he wants to be strong, he wants all the abilities, he wants and wants and wants, and also supposedly a curse of gluttony. I guess it was shown in that, he summoned some beetles and said, "Oh, my beetles devour everything." And that was apparently a giveaway that it's a curse of gluttony. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna take their word for it that it is the curse of gluttony and greed. Then he got absolutely bodied by Naofumi, or rather, he got absolutely ignored by Naofumi, basically, because none of his attacks were doing anything to him. And eventually Eclair stepped in with Naofumi's buff, and lo and behold, she also had absolutely no problems handling Ren. So yeah, even powered up by a curse, he's still just a fucking nobody. Compared to Naofumi, he's just a nobody. What's his face? Motoyasu. Motoyasu really seems much stronger than him, but that's because he took advantage of. Took advantage. He listened to Naofumi and Naofumi's ways of strengthening their weapons, and he went about strengthening his spear in all of the ways that Naofumi described earlier, not just that one single way that he thought to be true. And apparently, maybe, kinda, sorta, he also procured a curse, but it doesn't really, show itself on him. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe he's just too bonkers insane for the curse to even affect him. Maybe it's not a curse, maybe it is a curse, but doesn't show in any sort of an aggressive way, like it's the case with Naofumi and Ren. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll learn all about it. And now Ren was brought back to reality from being cursed. He's now awakened, I guess you could say, from that state, and under the tutelage of Eclair, it seems. So I wonder if Ren is going to stay at Naofumi's village, and he's gonna go through some training by Eclair. I guess it would make sense for Naofumi to start collecting a group of heroes, start collecting them all and building a team as it was supposed to be from the very beginning. Vittoria will be happy. There's not gonna be any problems with Motoyasu. He's gonna follow his father everywhere. Ren's probably not gonna cause any issues either. Itsuki is left, and I have a sneaking suspicion that bitch is going to get to him as well. And yeah, and he probably also is gonna have to go through an Naofumi arc, just like Ren, because Ren, as it turns out, also went through a Naofumi arc. He got betrayed. He got all his gear stolen from him by Bitch. Then he got set up by Bitch with the hero hunters, I'm just gonna call them, and yeah, completely betrayed, shunned by the entire world, entire country, all of the villages and towns as a useless hero who did absolutely nothing to save them. He really went through a Naofumi arc, and that was great. I love it. I love the parallels there. In today's episode, I know, but after the excitement of the previous episode, I would say today's is gonna be a little bit more, low excitement, I guess you could say. There's probably gonna be a little bit of training, maybe an escapade to the forest to train Ren and give him materials to feed into his sword. I don't know, something like that. I certainly don't expect another big thing to happen in this episode, unless by the very, very end of it. It's just my cat. Okay, so I guess we should just start watching it, right? To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm also gonna have to ask you guys for your support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that out of the way, we can start watching Shield Hero Season 3, Episode 7 in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, there's that whole thing. So you have 2 months to find Itsuki, essentially. Marisha training. She's taking it seriously, and all those villager kids as well. There's Ren training with Eclair. We're Motoyasu. Okay, damn. Atlas good. She started from like level 0, I think. Meanwhile, Fall had some levels to his name. And now Atla is just... Whomst. Keel? Okay. Shapeshifting. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. He's probably not going to be particularly useful being small as he is. But yeah, I can see him growing stronger, bigger. That's cool. Does every Beastman have this ability? Like Raftalia, Milk, the Giraffe? Can they turn into full-on animals? Yep, ladle some soup. That's all you're good for. Okay, socialize him a little. That's good. Make him care. That's the important bit, right? Make him see the people for actual people and not just NPCs. Make him care about them, about their well-being and whatnot. And also, ladling soup might be some sword move. Like in those, the genre of movies in the early 2000s where a young kid would train kung fu or karate or whatever under a master, and they would always have him like wash windows because it's a karate move or something, right? You know what I mean? Like Karate Kid and Karate Kid clones, for the lack of a better term. Oh, that's the girl that Naofumi paid attention to right before, with some sort of a rhinoceros dragon kind of monster. Is she gonna be a tamer, summoner, something like that? The girl and the dragon. I have my answer. Oh, I think we've seen this person in the opening. Yep, she was in the opening. Okay, what's going on? Is she a tamer who really wanted to tame a Filolial? Filorial? Firolial? Filorial, I think. And you want to join our merry band. Okay, Ratatouille. Gotcha. Okay. Rat. Is she one of the Star Heroes or something? A letter of recommendation from Mirelia. Okay. I mean, yeah, you could probably use a an alchemist in your lands. Sure. Okay. Strengthening monsters. Does Philo count as a monster, I wonder? Does Kill in his Theranthrope form? Okay, maybe not. Maybe let's not. She is after research, of course. Okay, so you want to create like a Philolial 2.0? Something like that? Is that your goal? I mean, as long as you use wild monsters, it should be fine. Just don't go around stabbing Philo with a needle. Oh, did she... Oh, she found it and brought it here? Or something? She has a penchant for breeding monsters? Eggs? Eggs. There we go. Oh? How come? Okay. Just handing slave crests left and right. Count. Okay. I guess he would count for a count, right? With territory of his own. Dragon egg, probably. Yep. Right, Philolials don't really get along with dragons. Hmm. Okay, I guess you have a penchant for being a tamer breeder kind of thing. Okay. I guess also being in the vicinity of a hero makes the monster grow better, right? After all, Philo turned to a Philodial queen after being raised by Naofumi, right? So it stands to reason that the dragon would probably turn into a dragon king if Naofumi raises it. That looks very crude, but also really nice. I like this crude look. Absorbed. Too late. Already teleported. Oh, I was afraid for a moment that something's wrong, that, she feels something approaching or is sick or, I don't know, something like that. But no, it seems like she's mostly just. I don't want to say homesick. She misses her mom. That's that's what it is. And the life they used to have. Oh? What was that smirk? What's up with that smirk, Atla? Oh. Okay, she wanted to put Kill to sleep so that she can go to sleep with Naofumi. Gotcha. Thankfully, there is the egg of chastity between them. We are now husband and wife by the local law. 3 times in one bed. That's how it. Okay, made sure that he's not gonna come over. Slowly taking your place, Raftalia. I mean, fair. Okay, well, that was easy. She's really growing much faster and much stronger than Fall. She got imprinted. Yeah, she really is taking the Doteru slot, isn't she? The, like, young Raftalia left that slot open, so now we have Atla there. You look like a turtle. To my children specifically, is what she means. What's that floating thing besides you? Oh, right, she can, like, control puppets and whatnot. Hmm. Okay, so she's hard to understand because she's from a different world, different set of worlds, even different reality. So some of the concepts, some of the words don't translate well. She needs a translating thingamajig. Okay, makes sense. Ah, the budding romance. The alchemist girl probably grew it overnight. You know, sprinkled some magic grow. Yeah, Ratatouille did it. I mean, yeah, it's growing. More and more people around. Can you grow us some walls, perchance? We could use some walls. Oh, the egg is hatching. Is she gonna get like a Dragon Rider class or something? Probably. Red Dragon. So a different creature than we've seen this girl in the opening with. Red. Yep. Feed it. Oh. What's that reaction supposed to be? Conflict with a Philolial shield, perhaps? It wouldn't surprise me if it was conflicting with the Philolial shield. because he also fed the philo eggshell to it. So you're turking? Yep. You're gonna be the first dragon rider of this village. First and only, until we get more dragons. Silly little creature. Oh? Why does it seem so dejected? Because it imprinted on Naofumi? Because Naofumi was carrying it all this time? Probably. It's a dragon. Or Atla. Oh, Gaelion. Yeah, he really wants to be with Naofumi. Yeah, I mean, you carried his egg all this time, so of course it got attached to you. I guess. Until Galleon also turns into a loli eventually, which I have little doubt is gonna happen. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay. He's gonna turn into an Emperor Dragon now. Or he's gonna be bound to Naofumi through it. Okay, he's just gonna grow. Taking in the power of another dragon. And turning into bad CG. Your Charmander has evolved. Why did they have to turn him into CG? He's not that complex of a model for 2D to be unfeasible. Yeah, it doesn't want to hurt you, so in the moment of lucidity, it ran away. And you, Naofumi, you should probably invest in a safe or some sort of a vault or something to keep this sort of precious things in instead of just having it in a satchel on your bedside table, right? Okay. That episode was pretty much what I expected it to be. Nothing particularly important, nothing particularly big, nothing particularly exciting. Just a nice little episode showing us how they live at the village right now. Cool. Ren is getting integrated. We meet some new characters. Yeah, the dragon handler girl is not listed on the list of characters yet. Ratatouille is, but not her. And the next episode is Dragon's Den. Okay. Sure, so let's watch this one again, shall we? Yes, we shall, of course, as always. 2 months left, not a lot of time. Not a lot of time to find Itsuki and to convince or strong arm him into joining our cause. Because finding him, I don't envision that being particularly hard. After all, wherever the heroes appear, they raise quite a ruckus. So some people would probably know around where he is. Not exactly where he is, but the general area. So just going there and finding him should not be much of a problem. Especially with Naofumi being strong, with Motoyasu being so much stronger now, with Ren probably also being strong. I suppose I think that Ren also used some of those other growth techniques that Naofumi learned about. So he probably too should be stronger than Itsuki. So if the three of them were to go and search for him, probably shouldn't be much of an issue finding him. Making him join the team, though, and agree to work with them, to work together against the Phoenix, now that might prove to be problematic. I do wonder, though, with this episode, are we even going to see the fight against the Phoenix within this season? The whole Spirit Tortoise arc took like 4-5 episodes, something thereabouts. So I would say the Phoenix arc would also take 4 or 5 episodes, but we are now episode 7. Next episode is episode 8. Episode 8 will be about the dragon and the Dragon's Den. We still haven't found Itsuki. So I wonder if perhaps the Phoenix fight is just going to be like the last 2 episodes. Literally episode 11, preparation for it, and we find the Phoenix, and the episode ends with the scene of our heroes standing in front of the Phoenix before them, and episode 13 is 12, sorry. 12, or do we have 12 episodes? Yeah. And episode 12 is going to be the fight proper? Or is it something that we're gonna leave for season 4, potentially? And the finale of this season is going to be perhaps a fight with Itsuki, or the final solution to bitch/slut. Maybe could be that way. We still have the whole thread, whole storyline of the Star Heroes, who we also should probably find. We also have the entire subplot of Trash and his story, and him seeing his sister in Atla and all that jazz, right? We still have a lot of things to do, so I wonder if we're gonna have any space in this season for the Phoenix fight. It's possible. It's possible, entirely possible, that the other threads, the other storylines are just going to be relegated to another season, right? Like nothing is gonna come out of the Star Heroes until season 4, for example. That's gonna be the plotline of season 4. I don't know. It's entirely possible. We'll see how it goes. The heroes need to learn to work together and get stronger fast. Yep, exactly. Risha is growing stronger. Ren is at least training. I don't know if he's grown stronger or not, but he seems much more agreeable for sure, and he seems to actually be taking the training seriously, instead of just relying on the fact that, oh, I'm a hero, I'm the strongest, right? This is interesting how Atlas seems to have completely outgrown Fall. Right? Unless, perhaps, Fall has a different calling, a different class. Maybe he's not set up to be a monk. Maybe he's set up to be a swordsman or something. I don't know, we don't know that. But Atla is certainly growing really, really nicely. Kill can transform. I wonder if it's something that most, or rather, if it's something that every member of the Beastman race has the capacity to do, but not everyone is trained to do that. I don't know. It depends on the race, but usually they get stronger in the therianthrope form. Well, Kill certainly doesn't look... Kill certainly doesn't look stronger, but I'd like to think that as he grows stronger, this form will also change, right? We know that after Raftalia gained a specific amount of levels, she's grown adult. So Fall will probably also grow an adult, and his therianthrope form will grow accordingly, according to his levels. Apparently Fall can also turn, which might be what he has the knack for. I mean, we know that he has a knack for it, but what I wanted to say is that perhaps this will be Fall's specialty instead of hand-to-hand combat, like in Atlas' case, right? Atla is better at CQC, but cannot transform. Meanwhile, Fall can transform into a therianthrope and gains advantage in combat that way. Something like that. Time to eat. Everybody's here. Milky, Giraffe, Sign. Yeah, ladle some soup. You better handle that than your sword. The sword hero is going to serve us all a delicious breakfast. I was honestly expecting the reaction to be just a bunch of, a sword hero who, no, why not Naofumi-sama, right? I really was expecting that sort of a reaction, but no. They don't judge. They don't disrespect the sword hero. He found a place in the world. I'm getting it right now. Yeah. First of all, it combats his greed, because he has to give something away. Second of all, it whatchamacallit? It socializes him. No longer a loner with just some NPCs, but rather now he interacts with who he believes now, I would assume at least, who he now believes are real people. So yeah, it builds that his place in society, his place in this world, and combats all the negative qualities, or the biggest negative qualities that he had. And now he has something to care about. Now, when monsters come to attack this village, he's gonna fight to protect it, because he's been integrated into its society. Windia. Yeah, in the opening we see Windia with something gray with nostrils, either a gray dragon or a some sort of a rhinoceros, but it doesn't have a horn, so probably a gray dragon. I wonder if the red dragon is gonna turn gray, or is it gonna be something else? Also, I just noticed we don't see anything even remotely resembling a phoenix in the opening, right? There's the arena, there's Itsuki, there's all the heroes, there's all the heroes being shown in the original world. which really makes me believe that we're just not going to fight the Phoenix in this season. It's just going to be focused on assembling the team of heroes, of bringing them back to the good side, quote unquote, right? Of beating them into submission by Naofumi so that they can be upstanding citizens and protectors of this world and whatnot. That's probably going to be the focus. Maybe we're going to find a couple of star heroes at the same time, maybe not. But I don't think we're going to fight the Phoenix. I think that's going to be something left for Season 4, which hopefully will happen. The Girl and the Dragon. Yeah, an alchemist from Melromark, from the capital city. And her name is Ratatouille something, right? Ratutil Anthrea. Friends call her Rat. Okay, Rat. Yep. To humanity, right. Normal Philolias are also great help to humanity by taking us from place to place. That's that's the kind of monster I want to make. So she wants to create an artificial monster, a chimera of some sort, that will be of help to humanity. Am I getting that right? Essentially, as I said, a Philolial 2.0. Philolials are useful to humanity, and they're basically the only monster that is this useful to humanity, this crucial to humanity's development. I want to create something similar. That's her goal, I take it. Monster stable, very big caterpillars. Caterpillans, sorry. I've never seen a caterpillar so big at this level. That's probably the influence of Naofumi. We know that monsters grow really well in his care. And of course, the kids would want to take care of those animals. They would want to raise them, and yeah, makes perfect sense, right? It's essentially a kid bringing a stray cat home, asking dad if they can keep it. That's basically the situation. And she can apparently take care of them. She's gonna accept the slave crest. I wonder if she already did later on, or is it something that she hasn't gotten yet? I don't know. Maybe she got it off screen, maybe she didn't. A bunch of vials, bunch of boxes, and a dragon egg. More powerful dragons will breed with creatures from any species. That's interesting. So essentially you can create an endless amount of dragon hybrids if you have a powerful dragon. Interesting. I can make something even more powerful than a dragon too. That ought to be useful. And yeah, if Naofumi raised the dragon... no, it's her saying it, not Naofumi. Is she a tamer? Does she have a class of tamer? Probably. Monster seal, yeah, so it cannot just break through the shell and start rampaging, although it still does. This is interesting. It looks like the Curse series is causing anything I touch to degrade. That's very interesting, because in case of Naofumi, we've never seen any impact of his curse outside of the moments when he actually allows this curse to run rampant, right? When he actively uses the curse shield, that's when the curse effects take place. But outside of that, there's no effect. It's not like, I know, he can touch someone and that someone suddenly starts being much more aggressive, or people in his vicinity are much more prone to start fighting, right? It's not like Naofumi has any effect, not that we know about it, but in case of Ren, it seems like the effect of the curse works even if not using curse swords. Is it a particular characteristic of his specific curse, or is it a case of him, I don't know, subconsciously still using that curse despite not using it actively? I don't know. Also, a good question. Where's Motoyasu? Did Naofumi just send him off somewhere, right? I don't know. Son of mine, go and grow stronger. Come back when you defeat the dragon, or something like that. And Motoyasu just went his way, or did they just run away from him? I don't know. But he's not here. I refuse to let the sword hero touch it. I mean, yeah, it makes sense if it degrades from his touch. There's a little bit of shame in his eyes. Cool character development. He really mellowed out, right? He's not as intense of a character anymore, as much of a badass, so to speak, right? He's like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess I can't touch it. She's right, right? Yeah, what does Raptan have to do with this? I would also like to know. Siderite katana. Where did they get Siderite? Is it one of the like fragment of the shell of the Spirit Tortoise? I know, but it's a special metal apparently, and it's very hard to process because it really looks crude. Siderite katana. Risha Sadina Fall Atla. Fall is higher level than Atla, and Atla was able to just lay him down on the ground, hand to hand combat. So she is strong. She is real strong. Or Fall is not meant to be a melee fighter, or at least not a bare fist fighter. High quality Siderite katana. I'm still not good as my teacher. I wonder if that teacher is still alive and if we're gonna meet him. Something tells me it might be the case. Stardust Blade. As for that equipment you gave me, I'll let you know when it's... Oh, I thought that he had something else prepared for them and they went away without getting that new item. But no, there's no new item, just repairs. It's a fairly common trope in anime, that's why I thought of it, right? The shopkeeper or someone says, oh, right, I forgot, I also have that... I also have this super powerful relic for you. Oh, I guess he's not here anymore. And later it turns out, oh my god, the main character could really have used that relic, but he forgot. So my thoughts immediately jumped in that direction. Thankfully not. Little bit of song. I wonder how much this scene is actually relevant and how much of it is just kind of padding of the episode. I know, cool scene, cool singing. Young Atla and Fall are cute. And this smile, for a moment I really thought that someone has taken Atla's place, some sort of a shapeshifter or something. Maybe it's Motoyasu changed shape, maybe it's Bitch, maybe, you know? My thoughts immediately went in that direction. But no, as it turns out, she just wanted to sneak out and join Naofumi in bed. Because she is Naofumi's shield. Your slave crest isn't inflicting pain on you. Why would it? Or is it that Naofumi ordered her to stay away? And she isn't staying away, and despite that, the crest is not working? I wonder if it's actually going to be relevant. That perhaps the working of the crest depends on the interpretation of the one who wears the crest. Right? Like, Atla here doesn't think that she's breaking the condition, so she doesn't suffer any negative consequences. Either that, or if you're strong enough, you can just power through it. You can just ignore the slave crest. That's an interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought. Poor fool. This is also interesting. Her voice is hard to understand because she is from a different world. It's not a matter of glitching or anything like that. It's a matter of specific concepts, words, whatever, just not being translatable to this world, and probably maybe not working with Naofumi's translation. Naofumi's inherent ability to translate seems to be working only with this world languages, and she uses a different world's language, so he cannot understand it. Then again, he didn't have that issue while being in Glass's world, did he? So I wonder if two worlds paired in a skirmish, like this world and Glass's world, kind of count as the same world as far as understanding of the language goes. Meanwhile, Science world and the Hero Assassin's world, they were in a different pair, different reality, so their language doesn't count as the language of this world. I don't know. Reacts poorly with my vassal weapon. Interesting. Why would it? Why would it interact poorly? Yep, there's absolutely a crush going on here. You don't close up on lips if there's no crush. If there's no thought in Ren's mind right now, damn, I want to kiss those lips. There absolutely is. And a little blush on his face as well. That was fast. Growing the tree. And also very useful. Can you, like, legit, can you grow a wall for the village? They keep building that wall and building it and building and building, and I don't see any of it. I don't see a single segment of the wall being made. So maybe you can grow it with your alchemy. Maybe grow rocks to create a wall. Maybe grow trees. Trees can be burned, so probably not the best idea. But rocks, can you do that? Could be useful. We're getting further and further away from the village, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's developing now. It's no longer just a tiny little beastfolk fishing village. It's now the capital of the Shield Hero country, essentially. An enclave, if you will. If this dragon really looks like a toy, Naofumi just picks it up, sets it on the table, it doesn't even react. A worm, most loyal, well, that's gonna be really useful to Naofumi. He really prizes loyalty, and I'm willing to bet this is a reaction with the Philolial Egg Shield. Gaelion and Windia is gonna take care of him. And he feels dejected because he imprinted on Naofumi, right? After all, Naofumi was the first person he's seen. Naofumi was also the one who carried his egg. So of course he got attached. Windia is his keeper and whatnot, sure, but Naofumi is treated as a parent. He's growing nicely. And yeah, you really shouldn't be keeping precious items on on the bedside table. Emperor Dragon's score that I had them turn into a jewel. Yeah. For me in I was confused by this sentence for some reason. For me in Kizuna's world. So, is it going to be a situation like in Philo's case, where if the dragon takes control of Naofumi, then Philo also rampages, and the Gaion would also rampage? or is he just taking on the characteristics of the Emperor Dragon, and that's why he grew so much bigger, and also kind of sort of losing control, because we know that the Emperor Dragon is still angry at being defeated, at dying? Probably. How does Sadina know that something fucky-wucky is gonna happen? I'd expect Ratatouille to know that something's gonna happen badly. She knows animals, she knows monsters. Apparently Sadina knows them better, at least dragons. And again, this model really isn't that complex to make it with CG. It's not that many lines, really. It's really not that many lines to draw on screen. Why is it CG? Why is it CG? I know. Now, thankfully, those little lines here and there kind of make it look better. So that's good. But in general, it really doesn't need to be CG, but is for some reason. Fucking Digimon. And it ran away because it had a moment of clarity after Wine. Wine is her name? I think it's Wine. After Wine talked to him. And it's like, oh shit, no, the Dragon Emperor is rampaging within me. I better move away so that I don't destroy the village, I don't kill my friends. So while I am still sane, I will run away. And that's what he did. Run away towards the mountains. And in the next episode, we're gonna retrieve him from his den. Cool. Okay. So, good episode. Good episode. Kinda exactly what I expected, which is a bit of a downtime episode. Nothing particularly important, particularly exciting going on. But I guess it was needed for a that a little bit of a period of rest between important arcs. I like that Ren joined us at Naofumi's village. That's cool. I really was afraid that he's gonna go away somewhere with Eclair and we're just not gonna see him. But no, he's joining in Naofumi's village. He really mellowed out. He's much more meek, much more likely to listen, right? He didn't even protest when Naofumi told him to ladle some soup into the children's bowls. So that really shows his growth as a character. It's cool. I was expecting something else to happen with the dragon, I guess, if anything. I really was expecting the dragon to come out some sort of a super special dragon king of black kind of, race of a dragon, because it's been the egg has been carried around by Naofumi, like it was the case with Philo. Then again, I guess Philo only turned into a Philolial queen later on, and because initially she was just a regular, yeah, great English here. Regular, normal Philolial. Only after some time has passed did she turn into a Philolial queen. So I would assume it would be the same case with the dragon. After a certain amount of time spent with Naofumi, it would turn into a dragon king or dragon emperor or whatever other kind of sort of thing, and would probably turn into a loli, let's be honest here. It's interesting. It's interesting that we are creating a mini arc out of something that just only appeared, I guess. That would be my tiny little criticism for this episode, maybe, that we just got introduced to the dragon and suddenly we're supposed to care about it, and now it's run away and we need to retrieve it. But it's really whatever. I don't mind it whatsoever. Ratatouille is going to be an asset to Naofumi's village for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. Good episode, exactly what I expected. I enjoyed myself with it, and I'm gonna wait for when the next episode comes. I guess one more criticism would be the CGI for the dragon, because why? Why would you CGI it? I don't know. I guess they decided that Philo dragging carriage wasn't enough CGI in the show, so they wanted to do something more with the CGI artists they already hired. I don't know. But yeah, again, overall, cool episode, minor gripes, gonna be waiting for more. But you guys, you tell me, what did you think of this episode? Tell me all about it in the comments down below. What did you think of it, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that. No spoilers, please, I beg of you. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description, but not in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shield Hero but also Magia Record, Shy, Shangri-La Frontier, Free Ren, and plenty others coming in the future. I also stream sometimes, so click the bell to be notified. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. Or on YouTube you can also support me via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB Without a Net, Survivor, Zayrainer, Akumaster, David, Dr. Watt, Marsh, Kale, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to carry around a dragon egg.